Well, hey there, it's great to see you, and I hope I find you well. I'm Jenny Kirk, welcome you up here to Weiryard, and today we're talking smoke units. Now, these have been around for a very long time. Certainly, I think some of the earliest I've come across date back to the 1970s, but they've always been a little bit underwhelming, and if you've ever had a play with these oil-based smoke units, then you'll know exactly what I mean, as they slowly turn all your models yellow and sticky.
Oh, it's all sticky!
And it's doing that to the rest of your railway room as well, because it's actually vaporizing real oil into the air, and you're breathing that in. So if you don't want that 80 a day smoking experience, I think a lot of modelers tended to steer clear of smoke units for that reason. But more recently, we've seen new technology coming on through in the form of water atomizers, and these just use water as the fuel. And this has a number of different benefits, not least your health, because when you breathe in water vapor, it's not actually bad for you compared to breathing in oil. It also means that it's odorless, which helps keep the atmosphere of your railway room a little bit better than it may otherwise have been. And you can get a good blast out of these. No longer do we have to put up with that lethargic somebody lit a joss sticker somewhere underneath your locomotive effect. No, you can get a proper blast that looks like steam and smoke because, well, it is kind of steam. And we first saw these with some of these new age ornaments that you'd have a little mini waterfall and it would have this kind of zen pool at the bottom with a lovely mist over the top. And it was done using atomizer technology that effectively forces water into its vaporous state without actually needing to boil it up to boiling point to do that. Now, one of the pioneers in this field has been Kyle Humphreys at TRS Trains, and he's been wowing us over the years. We've had the loan of a number of different models. The Brighton Atlantic was really amazing to me. He was very, very kindly loaned the channel. And you might remember that it was able to give a huge blast of steam from where the drain cocks would be, as well as a much more realistic exhaust, all just using water. He managed to miniaturize this system into the Hatton's auto tank, and really it was incredible to try and work out just how he'd managed to fit all of that into the locomotive and left it a working locomotive to boot. He then moved on to diesel exhaust as well, and very kindly he loaned us the Class 25 model with that exhaust that really did finally banish the smoke units based on vaporizing oil into the bin. No longer did we have to put up with the sticky horribleness, and instead we got a really good strong exhaust that was entirely water based. And again, Kyle isn't the kind of person to rest on his laurels, and he's pushed the tech even further. And for this latest model that he's very, very kindly lent to us to take a close look, he's actually modelled a locomotive partway through a rebuild and refurbishment. You may have seen photographs at Works of various diesel locomotives partly stripped down, sanded down, with a lot of the vents and such like opened up, with doors missing and the roof hatches off, and thought, that's incredible. It's probably a bit tough to model that. Well, not only has Kyle modelled this with a full power plant visible through the roof, but he's added in his smoke unit. He's also added in extra detailing. With a lot of the body side grills removed, you can actually see into the nose, fully into the cabs, and also the full cooler groups as well. It really is truly astounding. He's paired that up with a really good paint job, which shows that kind of sanded down finish with patch painting of primer, and also some extra panel work where paneling has been replaced, and you can actually see the structure of the real locomotive, which has very carefully been painted in so that it looks like the paneling has been welded to the steel frame within and brings with it some of that slight distortion. But he's also kept it a working locomotive, and I really don't dare to open this model up to see just how he's done that, but actually it still retains all-wheel drive, all-wheel pickup, and you can still use it on your layout as a functional locomotive. This is sure to be an amazing set piece on a great many TMD based layouts, but does it really cut the grade? Is it as good as the previous offerings from TRS Trains? Well, we're going to be seeing if this is smoking and put it through its paces here on Weir Yard. Come with me, let's take a good close look. Today's video comes in association with Trainomatic, makers of DCT decoders and accessories that are designed by enthusiasts for enthusiasts. Find the full range available to order now at tramfabriek.co.uk. Additional support comes from...
This is Clark Railworks, and this is what we do. You'll know us from TRS Trains, and you'll get the same friendly expertise with us too. We've got a huge range of pre-owned model railways from all your favourite manufacturers, and maybe some you hadn't heard of before. It's the place to come for quality. We don't stock substandard models, and everything we sell is fully tested and photographed by model railway experts. No matter whether you model double O gauge, N, HO or more, we have sought after models from all around the world with new listings added every weekday. Check out what's available now at clarkrailworks.com and don't miss out on your latest loco.
But of course, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and you can check us out over on Patreon. It's a great way to support the channel and help us keep making these great videos that you want to see, showcasing the amazing products that are coming through from manufacturers big and small. We've taken a look at a few of the TRS Trains smoke fitted items over the years. Now Kyle has taken this one step further, and this model incorporates that working smoke unit, but also some really great detailing and modification, which shows just what can be done with a model, and he's very kindly loaned me this example for us to take a good close look at here on the channel. So outwardly at least, we've got a pretty standard Bachmann Class 37, but it then has gone through a lot of modifications. So it started life as 37262 Dune Ray, but actually there is a lot going on with this, and I'm really actually quite excited to see it. I have seen photographs of it and a few videos of it up and running, but it's the first opportunity that I've actually had to see this in the flesh as well. So I'm going to leave the nameplates there. We've got the pipette, which is necessary for filling the water reservoir for the working smoke unit. And immediately, wow, I'm immediately struck with just what we can see here. Now, this is representing a 37 that's going through works, being rebuilt and sorted out for a full rebuild. And it's just incredible to see that we've got a full power plant down inside the body. This appears to be one of the, I'm guessing that's come from somebody like West Hill Wagon Works, and we've got the fully detailed power unit in there with all the pipe work, the generator and such like, and it really is quite amazing that Kyle's actually managed to fit all of that into the interior of the locomotive. We've also got the interior bulkheads as well. So the inside of the model has been divided off as per the prototype. And then we've got the grille removed from the top where the fan goes. And I am interested to see what goes on there. But inside we've got the body side grills removed, and you can see the full cooler group inside there. And even if you look there, you can see the doorway through from the cab, and that would be the walkway through, and I'm guessing somewhere down there we've got the continuation of the walkway, and you can see actually through the removed side doors more of that power plant. It is fully detailed and painted up. This is actually quite incredible. Now I have to say that I'm really interested to see this actually on the track. Looking underneath, there's a lot of customization that's gone on to be able to get this model to still run with what amounts to its entire interior being gutted and hyper detailed in this way. The rest of the model too, we've got the representation of new plating putting in, we've got the undercoat in places, and this nice rub down finish that you would get with a locomotive that's going through works where all the old paintwork's rubbed down ready for repainting. And it is just an incredible detailing project. We've got full cab interiors are still in there. And I am curious just what Kyle has been able to do with this. It looks like we may have, I think that's a lead weight just for balance, but we're going to just see in the instructions first up just what we need to do to load this model with the water to be able to get that working smoke unit up and running. But I am actually blown away with the amount of detailing that's gone on to what would have once upon a time been a standard Bachmann Class 37. And also, actually, wow, I've just noticed that we've got the body side grills removed here at the front, and you could even see all of the detail that goes into the front there. So we've got fully, I mean, this is just incredible. I am actually totally blown away. You can see there as well, we've got a full cab, and that's detailed down to the floor with the seats in there, the cab bulkhead. Everything about this is incredible. Another view of the cooler group from the other side. Again, the body side door removed so we can see more of that incredible detail of that 3D printed engine power plant. And then moving further along, this side of the front here of the cab is still fully enclosed up. And as well, it's interesting to see, you can see with the plating, you get this kind of shadow outline of the structure inside the body shell showing through, I guess, where it would have been welded before painting. So there is an incredible amount of work that's gone into this. And you can see there the exhaust port, which looks to have been drilled out for, I'm guessing, part of the mechanism. So I'm just going to have a quick look through at what we need to do. So it does come with some instructions. This is full sound here. So it's cutaway BR Green 37. It's currently on code 10. So we'll leave that be. And we've got a full sound system in here. So we've got the lights, sound on and off brake, horn high, horn low, drive hold. So that's so we can rev the engine up, Spirex valve, rail clamp, smoke on and off is on F8. We've got the cab door, guard's whistle, couplings, rad fan. It says no fan and fan, so I'm wondering whether the fan actually works as well. I think that's just the end of the locomotive. We've got cab lights, and then we've got steam heating. So what we're going to do is going to get this charged up, ready to go, and then we're going to get it on the track and see just how well this smoke unit works. Today's video is sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre, your first choice for finding all of the models featured today at the best possible price at the link in the description. TMC also offers custom weathering and renumbering to any model, be it brand new or pre-owned. Check out their full pre-owned listings too, where you can be assured of quality as every item is screened and graded by professional staff. TMC, the Model Centre, your first choice for all aspects of modelling. Filling the locomotive with the water is really easy. Just use the dropping pipette that comes with it. Need to make sure that you use something like distilled water. Any hard water will very quickly destroy the mechanism, so just make sure that you've got soft water and then just drip a tiny amount. There's like a felt pad just in here. We need a little bit of water in there. Don't make it sopping wet. And again, if you get water onto the atomizer bits, then that may well stop it from being able to generate the smoke. Once we've done that, it's just simply a case of starting the locomotive up, and we need that F8 to enact the smoke generator. And then you can use a drive hold, which appears to be on F6. And that allows you to just rev the locomotive up. Now, what I will say is when it comes to actually seeing the smoke on camera, because it's water vapour, it's very difficult to film. And I've tried lowering the lighting up here on Weir Yard, and hopefully I've got some good shots of it running. Certainly to the naked eye you can see it really, really well as it ejects in a kind of a V formation out of the top of the engine bay here. But on camera it's just a little bit difficult to pick up, so I'm going to do my best. The actual sound file that's in this is really quite incredible. It's one of the best Class 37 sound profiles I've heard, and the speaker system that's been able to be squeezed into this model really does realise all of that low-down bass grumble that you would expect from an English electric power plant. It does sound the part. All the more amazing is the fact that space has been found for all of this when most of the model has been given over to this hyper detailing. So starting it up on F1, I'm going to work through some of the sounds. I'm going to try and hold it in one position with the drive hold and give you a blast of those two-tone horns. As a showpiece model, this really is one of the most incredible pieces of model engineering that I've seen. TRS Trains has taken a regular Class 37 and made it such an incredible model of a locomotive partway through a refurbishment. The incredibly detailed engine unit really does look the part, and that V exhaust that blasts out from the smoke unit really does show how well this system works. The fact that there's also an incredible sound system in here with a big speaker, and the locomotive still is functional with all-wheel drive, all-wheel pickup, just goes to show what you can do when you really know what you're doing. I love all the extra details such as the cutaways for the nose, into the cab, the cooler groups, and even little details such as this with the removed engine room access doors so you can see some more of that engine detail. The paint finish too is resplendent of a locomotive partway through a rebuild with a lot of sanding down of the paintwork and with the undercoat painted on in places, and even some of the internal structure replicated in this quite incredible paint job. I found the smoke unit to work really quite reliably. There wasn't any real issue in getting it up and running, and it did feel to be quite forgiving when it came to putting the water in. It didn't feel like you were treating it with kid gloves. You just load it up and away it goes, and one pipette of water does seem to go an awful long way when running this locomotive on the layout. The model itself will still pull a train if you really want it to, but this is very much a showpiece that you would have in an engine shed scene perhaps, partway through its rebuild, maybe being started up for testing or for moving around to be able to get it between the engineering shop and the paint shop perhaps. And I can see that this kind of a model really would be an incredible centerpiece for any depot layout. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and a big thank you to Kyle for lending that model to the channel. And I feel almost gutted that I've got to hand that back at the I Can't Believe It's Not Wall-E show that's coming up in a few weeks' time. But seriously, this is an amazing piece of kit. And just remember that it is a bespoke built model. This is not mass produced. This has been made with a lot of love and skill, and the results do speak for themselves. The working smoke unit really is just the icing on the cake of what is an incredibly detailed model. If you want to see more details on the TRS Trains range, then go over and check out the website, and you can see how you too could order this amazing centerpiece to be the pride of place on your own layout. But I'd love to hear from you in the comments section down below. What do you think about this model? What do you think about these smoke units? Are you a fan of the old school oil-based, or do you really embrace this newfangled water atomization? Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. It's always great to hear from you. And of course, please like, share and subscribe. And you can check us out over on Patreon. Have a look at our full merch store all down below the video in the description box. And until next time, it's me, Jenny Kirk, saying you take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now. Today's video comes in association with Trainomatic, makers of DCC decoders and accessories that are designed by enthusiasts for enthusiasts. Find the full range available to order now at tramfabriek.co.uk. Additional support is provided by...
This is Clark Railworks, and this is what we do. You'll know us from Ellis Clark Trains, and you'll get the same friendly expertise with us too. We've got a huge range of pre-owned model railways from all your favourite manufacturers, and maybe some you hadn't heard of before. It's the place to come for quality. We don't stock substandard models, and everything we sell is fully tested and photographed by model railway experts. No matter whether you model double O gauge, N, HO or more, we have sought after models from all around the world with new listings added every weekday. Check out what's available now at clarkrailworks.com and don't miss out on your latest loco.
Today's video is sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre, your first choice for finding all of the models featured today at the best possible price at the link in the description. TMC also offers custom weathering and renumbering to any model, be it brand new or pre-owned. Check out their full pre-owned listings too, where you can be assured of quality as every item is screened and graded by professional staff. TMC, the Model Centre, your first choice for all aspects of modelling. I'd like to thank everybody over on Patreon, and an extra special huge thanks goes out to our Patreon heroes. Without you guys over on Patreon, we really wouldn't be able to keep making the video content that you see on this channel. And don't forget that you can also head on over to patreon.com/JenniferKirk and check out the different tiers of rewards. Thank you so much. You are absolute legends.